And somehow 24 hours of our life has flown by like that.
Boom. Here it is. It's Tuesday.
I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie, if this is your first time for joining us, and we welcome you.
Thank you for being here. You will be back tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yes, sir, Bob. As I mentioned in the 6:30 broadcast, Biden will make an announcement today of unity towards Israel, supposedly going to take place from maybe the Rose Garden, but it will take place from the White House today as France, Germany, the UK all signed declaration to support them. This is horrible what has gone on there. And, you know, Odie, I haven't read as much of it as I should have, but every time I go to read it, it breaks my heart of people that were doing everyday things and were attacked without warning.
Just like that, with the help of Iran, a.k.a. the ones that we sent $6 billion. The ones that Biden sent $6 billion to.
I thought that might be the country that we gave. And how long has it been? 3-4 weeks? Hadn't been very long.
It hadn't been long. And look at the missiles. These are not. Ooh,
these aren't
missiles you go to Walmart and buy. Where'd they come from?
You know, when people do things that are bad and they're on a banned list, there's usually a reason for it. They're probably going to do it again.
Yeah.
And
we need to find out every single person that was involved, every country that was involved. It's time. Look, I love Lower Alabama, and we spend a lot of time down there in them beaches. But wouldn't it be nice during the winter time to have nothing but one big paradise in the United States built with a bomb?
Well, that might.
Right over in the Middle East.
They may do this. This is beyond anything that's happened to Israel in years of the attack that is on their soul.
Y'all, that's God's country. We talking, kid, that we live in God's country over here. That's God's country.
It's kind of written down.
It's there's a book that tells you.
It sure is.
That's God's country with God's people.
So y'all keep in mind and keep some prayers going for Israel. We do need this. Did you see this? The headlines. I don't know what was behind it. And I don't know what nationality he was, but someone who drove their car into the Chinese consulate just drove right up in there. He did not back out and leave. They took care of the situation right where it was. It happened in San Francisco. As we have bases in places around the world, other countries have them here. Chinese had one there, and he just drove his car right up in there. I'm surprised that he made it in. Security is usually...
armed and ready at the gate.
But they took care of the threat there, and no telling what he was up to. We don't know. Let's see what else it is. Now, let's go with a headline that is developing this morning, Odie. Let me pull this up here. As we're just getting word of this of overnight, and let me pull this up where everybody can see this. Murder in Scott County, Mississippi, as we look at this. Last night, volunteer firemen were called to the scene around 8:30 in the 500 block of Walsh Drive, Scott County. This would be kind of due north of Forest there, off of 15 to the east there. Right there is where this is. As they checked on everything, the house was on fire. They found 2 bodies in the home, a mother and a child. They had both been shot, Odie. All we know at this point in time, there was a 2013 Honda Accord that could be connected with this. Don't have a tag number at this point. I think the police may have it. I just hadn't gotten it yet. Dark tinted windows, a dent in the left backhand fender, bumper of the car. Whoever's in the car, if you see something like it, is Mississippi plates. I don't know what county, but should be considered armed and dangerous at this point. We'll try to get up with the Scott County Sheriff's Department, Lee, here in just a little bit. Mike Lee, and see what he has to tell us. It's bright and early as daylight's breaking as we find this out. This is a breaking story and horrible news. A mother and a child
shot and then burned to cover up the crime.
That's exactly what that was.
Wow.
And again, this is right off of 21 in between. As we pull this up here, this is Highway 35 runs due north. I said 15 a second ago. 35 runs due north of Forest, and it's going to be in between those two right there in that little community there on Walsh Drive is where all that occurred last night.
Prayers for the family on that.
Yeah, they've been combing the area, and nothing to my knowledge yet has been turned up, but it is developing, and it's a wide area. They don't know what direction the person went in.
That's all right. Lord, we ask you to guide those search efforts.
Absolutely. Hey, we got a couple of birthdays that are coming in. Even your mama is having a birthday.
My mama having a birthday. So, Mama, I know you're not watching because she is not technologically advanced enough to find us.
Technologically advanced.
I bought her a smart TV. I told my sister, I said that was the worst thing I ever done because the TV's smarter than she is. But Mama is 85 years young today. I was thinking she was a year or two older, but my mathematical skills have brought me back to 85. And,
right.
Like we do every year, it happens at the same time. So we double up. Mama's birthday will be held Saturday between 11 and 2 at Sukalina Fire Department's annual fish fry. So y'all come out there. We're going to have the little party area set up. Mama will be there with the whole family. And
this is in Sukalina Saturday?
This is in Sukalina Saturday at the fire department there on the corner of 494 and Highway 19 North. We do our annual fish fry, and it's always the weekend right there by Mama's birthday, so we just kind of incorporate it all together.
Do you have to buy at the site, or y'all pre-selling tickets?
No, we just buy at the site because we don't charge a certain fee. It's you come in, if you want fish, it's fried catfish, hush puppies, French fries, coleslaw, or you can get chicken strips instead of chicken. And we've got some other goodies there, but it's hot ready. And we don't have a set price. It's come in and just give a donation. And we'll have raffle tickets. I think we're giving away another gun. I'm not sure what kind yet. But a little bit of everything. But come on in and buy you a plate of chicken and then come in and say hey to Mama and wish her a happy birthday.
Now, Miss Jean also has a birthday. Miss
Jean Ulmer has a birthday today. Don't have an age on Miss Jean, but happy birthday, and I hope you and Mama both have a blessed day and a wonderful day.
All right, we got all of that going on. I'll come by and get us a plate there as well. As we get today going, coming up next, we'll tell you about, it was kind of like a surrounding with the Meridian Police Department. There was a huge police presence last night. They were going, what were them people doing? We'll tell you all about that, and it took a little while to figure out exactly what was happening, but we got the scoop. We'll tell you next.
Look at there. Miss Jean says I'm 65. Well, happy 65th, Miss Jean.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Garrett Outfitters on 8th Street is getting you ready for summertime. A large selection of cool hobo shirts. Maybe it's short sleeves. Maybe you need a pair of shorts. If you're going to be cutting grass or maybe riding a tractor this summer, you're going to need a straw hat to keep cool. And as you head to that favorite fishing hole, don't forget you'll need a pocket knife along with a great rod and reel. And if you earn your living in the woods, don't forget to check out their big selection of snake boots, Carhartt pants and shirts for any occasion. It's Garrett Outfitters, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we were reading the comments. A lot of people up and at 'em today.
Yes. Good morning from everybody out there. And Teresa said Oak Tibby Ridge had 2 shootings at each other last night. I take that the old Oak Tibby Ridge apartments. They're on 19, or is there something else that's been renamed Oak Tibby Ridge? Or
I don't know, but I didn't get anything on a shooting.
I haven't heard anything of that nature.
There was lots of gunfire last night, but yeah. I didn't get a place from there. So I was double checking here. This is the closest that I would have done that. This was up by College Drive, 19. I had some shootings there. As we pull this up, now no one was hurt on this, but this would be right in this area here, past Mr. Rogers. Here's College Drive, right in this area right here. Gunshots were reported last night. Again, no one hurt, no one injured on that, but that's as close as 19 that I knew about, and that may have changed.
We'll look and
see
if we can find something out.
What we do know, if you were on Poplar Springs Drive and noticed a lot of popo, that'd be the black and white cars with the Meridian Police Department
on top.
And maybe some sheriff's deputies were involved in this, but neighbors called up and said, hey, I think I heard some gunshots and I think the neighbor down there may have shot himself. So police show up on the scene. They pull up, and it's a chain link fence. The front door's cracked, so they kind of surround the perimeter. They can't find anybody, and they eventually get into the home, and it was empty. And, well, that kind of ended it for a little while, up until a few minutes later. And this is the scene here. This is if you're going down Poplar Springs Drive. Here's 40th. This was on 39th Street, just before you get there. It was a home there. And, again, they didn't even find any signs that anybody had been shot. But all the neighbors said, we heard it. We know what went on, and he kind of limped on off there after the shooting. A few hours later, someone would turn up at a local hospital, as we pull this up, with, guess what?
Oh, a gunshot. Huh?
A gunshot wound to the leg. Now, the Meridian Police Department has ruled that this was self-inflicted somehow. And it could have been accidental, as I think they're wording it is an accidental. But how it accidentally happened, we're not 100% sure on that. But the person's going to be okay. It's non-life-threatening.
That's good.
And, so it had a good ending to what neighbors were going, what in the world is going on here?
Yeah, and glad the neighbor was listening. And, hey, something's not right. Just make a phone call.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with that. But as this was going on, I talked to a lot of people each day, and they were telling me, and I don't know a whole lot about gang activity and what goes on with that. But I had someone telling me last night, and I guess it makes sense to when it comes to gangs, you hear a lot of people go, well, somebody shot themselves. And you go, well, that doesn't make sense. A lot of times, I'm told that gangs will go, shoot yourself, we're going to hurt somebody in your family. You done something wrong to us, this is the way to settle the score. You do it, or we go hurt somebody in your family. I had no idea that.
I didn't either.
So that was kind of shocking to me. And,
you got a BB gun?
A little dart gun?
Yeah, come on.
So maybe that explains a lot of things that go on that we go.
That's very possible.
And you scratch your head and go, this just makes no sense.
Yeah, how did it end up that way? That does make sense. For some odd reason, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it is an odd reason as we look at the different things that go on.
And Teresa said by Bonita Lakes, and I don't know of any place by Bonita Lakes that's Oak Tibby Ridge.
Now, I know you get down there to, starts with a W.
Willow Ridge, maybe Willow Ridge. Was there any kind of shootings at Willow Ridge yesterday?
Not a thing that was reported to me, at least.
Unless Willow Ridge and Oak Tibby Ridge were shooting at each other.
Yeah, we don't even know about it.
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah. Let's see here. I don't believe there's a limit to what the gangs can come up with. You're right on that.
Well, there's nobody that's keeping them in check, so.
That's correct. They kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
We just found out within the last year or so that there were actual gangs because we couldn't say that G word in Meridian.
There's not any gangs in the area.
That does not exist.
Yes, I don't know what you're talking about.
The city of Meridian has let us know about a great event that's going to be going on today down at the public library. This would be near the original Webb Funeral Home. If you've never been there, let's pull this up. This is a big event that will take place today, the Fall Festival. Yeah. It's the third annual. It will begin at 10 o'clock at the downtown library as it celebrates fall. They're going to have a lot of activities set up. Let's see here. Vendor booths, food booths, DT Grill, Red Hot Diner, the got Snow Biz, the petting zoo, and pony rides.
Petting zoo. Well, now Greg can't get on the pony.
He'll fall off.
The pony will fall.
Don't be talking about that. He's going to get you. But come on out. This all begins at 10 o'clock this morning. That'll be real good as kids are out of school today to give them something to do. Look forward to it. When's the last time you rode a pony?
It's been a while.
Yeah, that Walmart one to get away from you, won't it?
And it was a quarter every time.
So come in and see what the Meridian Public Library has to offer. I haven't been in the library and I don't know when. I remember when I first got my card at around 9 years old.
Oh, and was happy?
That was a big deal back then.
Oh, it was. I mean, come on. Let's go. Mama, can we go to the library?
Yeah, you don't hear that very often these days.
No, I mean, and then when we were in class, when you studied, you had magazines that you may have picked up. You had encyclopedias, and then you always had to go to a library and look at stuff.
Sandra Bunyard's saying that the location what she was talking about was in the Bailey area.
The only Okeechobee Ridge that I know of is on Highway 19, and I think it's another name now. It's not Okeechobee Ridge anymore.
And there's some apartments down on 495.
It is, but it's not Okeechobee Ridge. It's Reservoir Place.
How do you keep all this in your head?
I have no idea.
It is tough for me to ever remember apartments' names. It's always, up there on the corner where the apartments are. That's how I keep up with how.
All right, so Chief says Bonita Ridge is the new name of Willow Ridge. Okay.
Willow Ridge has got a new name?
All right, so look here.
Man, somebody needs to put up a sign. I'm gonna have to get us a map that has all of the like I have all the shootings that go on in Meridian, that murders and where people are hit. I'm gonna have to put us up one where apartments are, so we'll know.
So we'll know where it is.
Center Hill Place is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
We had an accident early this morning. This would be right around 5 a.m. As the Meridian Police Department was called out. Also, I want to say fire station. Is it number 7 that's there on 39? Is that right?
39 is 5.
5, Briarwood.
Yep.
Well, I'm talking about the Briarwood one.
Number 9.
Okay. All right. He keeps up with this also. As we pull this up, Odie, this is what we had. A car overturned upside down right by Barham Funeral Home on Highway 39. I don't think the injuries were very serious, but still, car upside down kind of slows traffic and puts things to a halt. They're going to be late for work.
Yeah, they might not get there in their original ride.
Yeah, that changed things. But y'all be careful, and especially tomorrow morning as we look at this forecast to where we're going to have 50% chance of rain tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. The roads will be beyond slick tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you still haven't got your grass seed in the ground for your deer plots, you better do it today.
Take off at lunch and run.
Yeah, because you're not going to get another chance to get them puppies in the ground before it gets a good wet.
Because we got November coming, and then the next thing you know, deer season's over.
Yeah, you got to get your tractor out of there so you quit scaring these things.
We'll be right back. More headlines and so much more to talk about with Scotty Ray and Odie.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the elite line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting, and the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Odie, and we have to go to the correction department.
We got to go to correction department. So Station 5 is right there on 39 by Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Station 9 is up in the new annexed area off of 39 there at Briarwood Road, that little cut-off road.
You mean the same people that say they're not getting all the services to city offices?
Yeah, that's them. You know, it is kind of funny that Meridian Fire Department is inside the county, and Northeast Volunteer County Fire Department's inside the city.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But the one who responded to that wreck was Station 7, which is on North Hill Street there at 10th Avenue.
Oh, there
top
at
of the hill,
where you turn to go to Briarwood Country Club, right there.
Yes, that's it. So
that's a nasty little hill for a driveway, isn't it?
It is. They responded. I tell you, we have got some of the best firefighters and rescue teams, everything else right here in Meridian. Y'all don't know, city and county, we're blessed.
Let me just tell you about these city fire department. I can't get it typed out quick enough. You're already there. By the time I know about it, y'all need to slow down a little bit because I can't type that quick.
They on scene.
They are. And a big thank you to each and every one of those.
Harvey Cutoff Road. Joseph, thank you. Yes.
That's right there.
That's
by number 9 off of 39, right?
Yeah, if you take a right, you're on Briarwood Road. But if you take a left, that is Harvey Cutoff. That's exactly right.
Real narrow, if I remember right.
Firemen's always in Walmart 19 getting grocery in the mornings. Yep, they got to eat.
They do. All right, we had some gunfire overnight. It was several locations. Now, the places that we're mentioning, no one was hurt or injured as we pull this up. This is the first time, and again, this is in the city as we talk about this area, we had reports of gunfire out by Briarwood Boulevard, which is the old Briarwood, and then the new place, which is not really new anymore, Eagle Point. But in between these two, right in this area, gunfire reported last night. Now, again, no one hurt, no one injured, but I have not been getting a lot of activity in that area before. So that is something kind of new.
Yeah.
Kind of shocked me on that.
Yeah, we need...
Typically, people riding their golf carts don't shoot at each other in those areas.
No, that's something that you just don't see.
Yeah, so just heads up if you live in that area, as we put that out last night, about 13 hours ago. Now, let's get into this, Odie, because this caused, and I didn't mean anything by it. I was out and about, and I got a message that said, hey, did you know that the courthouse is moving? Court is going to be held on Thursday for the very first time. I think Buck Roberts is going to have the first session in Justice Court taking place around 9 o'clock on Thursday.
Well, that's going to be good.
I thought, hey, I walked over, and I was walking across. Ward pulled over. Me and him talked for a few moments. And, well, I saw this sitting out front, so I took a picture. Boy, I didn't know that was going to cause some controversy as people go, well, why aren't the inmates helping? Well, you have to be on a trustee list. And we only got about 10 trustees on the list. Now, when we say only 10, because it's good behavior and you show signs that you're a good person, then you're not going to walk off the scene. So you can't just put anybody on that list. And they were busy doing other things, so they couldn't do this. And the next question that come up, well, why, if you'll look at the truck, it's from out of town. And the big question is, why isn't someone locally moving them? Well, it was bids on this, and I did not know that. And I did not know that it cost so much to move. As this was, did you know that?
I didn't know how much it cost.
Let's pull this up where you can take a look. This was sent in, and this was the bid that was put in. This was sent in on the comments, and I grabbed it and posted it here. As you'll look at this, out of Madison, their bid was $398,000. Out of Madison, Mississippi, a place called Mighty Strong, they're the ones that got it. Their bid was $235,000. Graham, $404,000, and then Cullum out of Meridian bid $324,000. So this is why at $235,000 you see this truck here parked out front, because $100,000 cheaper on the bid to move everybody. So that,
I mean, these are sealed bids, and as far as I know, they're sealed bids, and once they turn it in, it's sealed, and then they can all get together. We're going to open it at X day on X time. and then they open it, record, and by law, you have to take the lowest and best bid. Now, what constitutes, do you have to take the lowest bid, or can you take a bid that's slightly higher? I think if you can justify a few things, you can take one that's slightly higher. But there was nobody that was really slightly higher.
And I have to look at this. You got 4 bids, and you got one that is way off. Do you think that maybe something was calculated wrong here and they've underbid a job?
When you've got 3 close and 1 not.
Something, I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff up in the courthouse that's got to be moved. And I just don't know enough about moving to say if that bid was done correctly. I will say this.
Yeah.
The sheriff's department moved, and, I think they loaded it all in their pickup trucks and moved it themselves. It didn't cost anything to the taxpayers. They handled it themselves. If this is your office, let's back a truck up, haul it over there. Maybe that was the way to go about it. But each department does it a little bit different. The sheriff's department didn't cost you anything when they moved to their new building. That's what I'm trying to say out of this. And not everybody can do that. Before we get too serious on that, because you have a group of ladies in one office, there's no way that they can pick up that heavy stuff.
Lima didn't cost anything to move.
Y'all been there how long?
Oh, yeah, we didn't move.
That's why it didn't cost. But let me tell you, if they were to ever move, it'd be some hurt backs.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all could handle any emergency that comes along.
Except the equipment we have. Woo, we got some equipment in that building, y'all just don't know.
Yeah, and so if you saw the picture, and there was a lot of comments on this about the moving. We do look forward to moving to the new courthouse. It's going to be a very, very expensive move now. Y'all don't forget about this. Come December, you're going to find out just how nice it really is when it hits your taxes. It's coming. Want y'all to know. Just be ready for that. Anyway, that's what we know about the courthouse. I'm going to go down Thursday and see Buck in his inaugural gavel.
Yeah.
How would you like to be the first person to be tried in the new courthouse? Your Honor, I wasn't speeding.
I ain't do it, sir. I ain't do it. Yeah, no.
So that's what we've got from there. Let's see what else is happening this morning. We had what we got.
No, I'm just sitting there thinking, sir, could I get a freebie being the very first one, like a plaque with my name on it, saying
I'm the first.
I'm the first, and I got a freebie. Yeah.
Do you remember, and I can't remember the guy that done it, Here Come the Judge. Do you remember that from the late 60s? The guy that goes before the judge, he says, Judge, Your Honor, oh buddy, oh pal, do you remember me? Who are you? Well, I'm the man that introduced you to your wife. And he goes, life, you son of a gun. And he tried the guy that's accused of a crime, and he's standing there. He goes, you married? Yes, sir, I am. And he goes, how many kids you got? I got nine kids. And he's accused of whatever. And he goes, innocent. And the lawyer goes, how could you say innocent? Because this man ain't had time to get his pants on.
He ain't do it.
It was funny. That was back in the 60s, if anybody ever remembers that little funny skit. That was hilarious. Yesterday, while we were live on the air, there was an accident near Highland Park. As we go out there, we would have this has been like an epidemic of cars turning upside down. And we had that yesterday afternoon at yesterday morning, 37th Avenue and 17th Street. The problem was when the police got there, they looked in the car, wasn't nobody up in there.
Where'd they go?
They took a little hike toward MCC.
I don't think we're supposed to be up in here no more.
And then they called and said, hey, I'm over here. Why'd you leave? I never did find out why they left, but...
Oh, they found them?
Yeah, they did find them. But if you're ever in an incident, you're supposed to stay there. It's called leaving the scene of an accident, and you can get more charges.
Yes, you can. Oh, what a question, what a question.
And you know the answer to that, don't you?
Yeah. Terry Ray said, did anyone win the lottery? No, they didn't. So, and it is now up to $1.75 billion.
I may have to buy. When's the next drawing? On Wednesday?
Wednesday.
I may have to go spend another $9.
I think I might have to. It ain't but $2. And you got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, well, actually, it's 3 if you want the big money.
If you want
other
the big
stuff.
money, you can make your money back. If you win $2 and you have an extra buck in there, you can get 6.
Yeah, just a thought there.
So yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. We got a lot to talk about. We're not done yet. We got some things to tell you, and of course, some great things that happened in history. We have a little game.
Yeah.
Join us. Coming right back. Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. You know, you actually have to hit the button to come back.
Well, our production crew is a little slow. Wait a minute, we don't have a production crew.
That might be the problem. Right now, it's nice outside. We're sitting at 52 degrees at Key Field this morning. Actually, it dropped. It's 50 now.
It's 48 in Kansas.
Him and his fancy new watch.
Yeah, I can't get...
It just doesn't know where you are.
No, and I've updated it. It says, yeah, you're in Kansas. No, I'm not.
Partly sunny, a high of 85 today. Now, tonight, we're going to get down to about 62. Not so bad. Tomorrow, we get that 50% chance of rain. And then tomorrow night, continued 50% chance of rain. So it's a good chance we'll get wet down to about 20% on Thursday. And then by the weekend gets here, we're going to get back down into the 70s. So some nice weather ahead of us, fall-like weather. As you and I mentioned, chili. We ain't even been asked to judge a chili cooking contest this week.
And It's getting cool. We love chili. It was hot last time.
It was June, July. What was it? Yeah. We done our best, though.
Oh, we had to get there an hour early so we could get a little bit of cooling off.
That's right. Sure was. 1887 was the day that, he made his last stand, and they finally put him to rest. As we remember this guy, he thought he was pretty. He liked having his picture made and all of that. Who was he?
Curls.
It was. Custer was buried on this day. It took him about a year to bury him. It was 1886 that he made that last stand, and there's lots of information you can read on that. He was warned, don't go. He kept right on going. Custer.
And he did it. Are we still under a burn ban? Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, does not mean that we're going to get out of it over these next couple of little rains, but right now we are still under a burn ban. So we'll let you know when it's been lifted.
Now, this is a name that a lot of people are going to go, oh, yeah, I like this guy. And for the life of me, and I'm being as honest as I can, I don't know anything that he ever done, but I know that there's a generation that'll love this guy. Anybody remember the guy named John Prime? He died in 2020. He was born on this date in 1946. A lot of people loved his music. It just never made it to my CD collection.
Did he? I don't remember the name. Of course, I'm not the greatest, but most of the time I've at least heard of him.
He was big. I just don't know a lot about it. Ashley says her neighbor would be burning every night, and she's telling.
Call 911. That's all you got to do.
They will write a ticket for that.
So 911.
This guy has been in movie after movie after movie, and he's been on Broadway, and you'll recognize his face as we pull up. 1946, Ben Vernon was born on this day. He always plays a funny, comical part in all the TV shows that he's been on, and the list is about yay long of from the Love Boat on that he's premiered. Been
everything.
On. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be fun.
Deanne says that her husband likes his music, and Shirley says he was a great songwriter.
Davey says June 25th, 1876 was his last stand.
Custer went down that hill with that sword, and he never came back.
Oh, well.
Best I remember was one person that walked away from that, and they left one to go tell the story.
rest.
Yep.
It's like Greg says, somebody got to tell what happened.
That's right. 1954, we know this name, David Lee Roth was born.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that I can think of that he sang, and I know I'm wrong, not wrong, but the only thing I can Jump. That probably wasn't his best song. Go ahead and
No,
jump.
but you know, he was with Van Halen, and then he left Van Halen and went out on his own.
Is he the one that sang that horrible song, I'm Just a Gigolo? I think
he was.
I did not like that song. It just didn't do it for me. I was more into the time of that. I'm going to hire a wino to decorate our home, so you'll feel more at ease here. I was on that side of the fence.
Yeah, I think it was.
Not everybody in my graduating class understood what I listened to. I'm just going to go ahead and be honest with y'all.
You and Greg both, huh?
1958, boy, she's been Meridian quite a bit. Time and time after again. Let's go back to 1958 when this young lady who was very curvy and got a lot of attention of people when she was jogging through Meridian.
Yeah.
Tanya Tucker was born on this date back in 58, and she was Little Miss Dynamite. At the age of 13, she broke loose with Delta Dawn. What's your mama's name, child? What's your mama's? Has she ever mentioned a town called New Orleans? You remember Lizzie and the Rain Man? You remember that song?
No, not right off.
Oh, bet you $100 I can make it rain. Step back, non-believers, for the rain will never come. Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna have
to do some catch 'em up 'em.
Had to tune him up there. This guy, I only know him for one thing, but he was really in a lot of other movies. Footloose.
Yeah.
Do you remember the cowboy that was kind of clumsy in there with the big head?
That was him.
Yeah. He was born on this date back in 1964. But did you know that he's already passed away?
No.
He died in 2006 in Santa Monica, California. I had no idea that he was no longer with us. Chris Penn was his name. But he was.
If you look at that a little bit, you see a little Sean Penn. Has he got? Is
maybe
he kin to Sean Penn?
Huh, y'all have to tell me.
Huh. I don't know if he's young enough to be his son.
But don't know all this. Carl tells us that David Lee Roth done Running with the Devil. I do remember that. Running with the Devil. Yeah, I remember
that.
Margie Ann says she was born September 58.
So Deanne says that's Sean Penn's brother.
So look at that clever Odie on this.
There. The last name gave it away.
I did not know that. And in the movies, I know he's been in a lot of others. That one's the one that just kind of stuck out there that most everybody will know.
Yeah.
1970, boy, this was big. And to this day, I love this song.
I do, and I know this one.
Yes, we go back for when you're running down our country, man, you're walking on the fighting side of me. That just says it all. It does. And I have to agree with Merle Haggard on that. Merle at that given time was, boy, he was in tune with what was going on in America.
He came to Silver Star, I think it might have been 20 years ago, the last time I saw him.
It had to have been.
Wow.
I've met Merle many times, and of course, all of you who knew Merle personally that watched shows, a lot of folks that knew Merle. What a guy he was. Where was I at yesterday in the conversation came up about Buck Owens? And he goes, no, he took his wife. I said, yeah, he paid for that for the rest of his life.
I was with Greg.
Yeah. As you go back to Bonnie Owens, if you'll remember whenever Merle Haggard was somewhere, Merle Haggard and Bonnie Owens and all the strangers. Well, after he got rid of her, he couldn't get rid of her. She just stayed in the band and drew a check for the rest of his life and looked at the backside of him every night.
Hey.
I bet that was a nag.
Free money. Oh, you know it was.
Talk about not getting rid of your wife, your ex-wife.
Yeah.
But as you go back to what's his name that had the song The Winner, Bobby Bear. That makes me the winner, boys. I got her, boys.
Yeah. Just hang on.
Do y'all remember watching Saved by the Bell?
Yep.
This little boy's got a birthday today. His name is Mario Lopez. I believe that's how you say his first name.
Mario Lopez. He does some kind of little TMZ type stuff.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, it's not TMZ, but it's one of those type shows or something like that. But I don't see him in any
regular television
movies or TV shows anymore.
Connie says that Chris passed away of a heart disease. had gained a little weight there and died of heart disease. Extra is the name of the show you're talking about.
Extra, that's it. Anitra had it right. That's it.
Wasn't that used to be the big thing when newspapers back in the 1800s? Extra.
Read all about it. For 25 cents, you can get a copy.
1970. And I remember Debbie telling me this because she went to a concert, and I looked it up because I thought, surely she doesn't know what she's talking about. But for years, this guy was the #1 grossing act in America of concert tickets. Just one after another, he sold more than anybody. Who am I talking about? 1970, it was #1 with Cracklin' Rose, Neil Diamond. And no matter, there's a commercial on television now that does the Sweet Caroline. Dun,
Sweet
dun, dun.
Caroline. Da, da, da. Yeah, that was cool.
Neil Diamond, a little different there.
Mario Lopez was also the host on Pet Stars.
I missed that show.
Yeah, Squiggle has sent that in to me.
Squiggle?
Yeah.
Who is Squiggle? You and your nicknames for your... Is that a woman or a man?
No, it's a woman.
Okay. Does your wife know about this? She does now.
I don't know if she knows Squiggle or not.
Well.
She's met so many.
I know. I ain't getting into your marital affairs now because I done started something.
Ooh, Ashley's wanting me to sing. Dum, dum, dum. You don't really want me to sing.
But, what is weird about that song is it doesn't matter where you are, you can't help but sing along with Sweet Caroline.
Dum, dum, dum.
And we know nothing past that.
That's all we do. Now, if y'all sing it, then we'll get it going.
1974, a legend would come along. Well, at least his daddy was a legend. He would go on. Yeah, he did. He did. Tried real hard there. Dale Jr. was born on this date back in 74. I think he's already retired now, hasn't he?
He has, and if you want any of his die-cast cars, let me know. I've got a bunch of his cars and his daddy's cars and all that stuff. I'll sell them to you for a reasonable price.
got it all there. All right, Odie, strain your brain on this because this was huge. Journey. Anybody remember the group Journey? They had every... Steve Perry, who was really the face of Journey, joined the band back in 1978 on this day. And I was getting ready to tell you about 15 songs that they'd done, and it all slipped my mind. What is the one that they use in every... Don't Stop Believing. That was it. Don't Stop. Yeah.
Believing. Yeah.
What was the girl born in South Detroit? Living in a Lonely World.
Yeah.
She caught the midnight train going anywhere.
Going anywhere or nowhere? Anywhere.
I don't know, but y'all know what we're talking about, I think.
Amy, you could sing every one of these things.
Karaoke with we're awful at singing is the bad part.
Oh, yeah.
We're just here for the entertainment, folks. 1980, we would lose a legend. I love this show, and I'm almost certain that every one of y'all watched this. And if you haven't, go back and find a clip as we lost Buckwheat on this day.
We watched that this weekend. I came in and Amy had it on. And it was like, I hadn't seen this in a while. And stopped and we watched the movie with Alfalfa and Buckwheat and all that.
Even had Reba in it, didn't it?
Yeah. Had Reba in it. She was...
But boy, those originals, as you go back to Darla and Buckwheat and Stymie and all that, Our Gang.
Yeah.
Man, that was good.
That was good stuff.
Odie, later today down at the library, you're going to do that I'm in the Mood for Love by Alfalfa. Do you remember him trying to sing?
I'm in the mood. And then he had the vocals coming out of his
And he
mouth.
was so horrible.
Oh, he was. I can sing compared to Alfalfa.
Let's go back to 1985. And I don't know if anybody know this, but there was an original 310 to Yuma. Original Magnificent Seven. It would be this guy that was in all of that. Yul Brynner.
Yeah.
The Magnificent Seven. Boy, I love that opening theme music to that. But one of the great cowboys there.
Good stuff.
It was there. 1987. I honestly, I remember somebody showing me a cassette when I was in like the 11th grade. And I thought, what's them women sing? And they said, that's not women. I said, are you sure? And they said, yeah. And it was men, I found out later. They looked like women to me.
Didn't meet them, but saw them. when they were at Peavy's.
Oh, I thought you were going to say down getting a haircut.
Yeah, no, they don't get haircuts.
1987, here I go again with number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I go again.
I know that song.
Yep.
Back in 04, we would lose somebody that he was a great guy. As we go back to remember Superman, who passed away, and he was only 52 years old. Christopher Reeve passed away.
What? Now, didn't he fall off a horse?
He did. It broke his back. He was paralyzed.
Yeah.
And, of course, the movie on the left there, Somewhere in Time, if you have never watched him and Jane Seymour, that is worth, boy, that movie is something else.
He did another one, and it wasn't Gene Hackman. Here I go again. They were playwrights, and it ended up being a murder mystery kind of deal.
Could be.
But it was good.
Now, I admit White Snake, as we go back and look at Ashley's picture there, she says there's enough white rain in that picture to tote it. But am I not mistaken that Marty Stewart was like the spokesman for White Rain hairspray for a while?
I don't know.
Marty and that hair. White Rain, that was big. Is that even sold today?
Yeah, they still got it.
Okay.
99 cents. I still use it.
Oh, boy, we lost a, I don't know if you remember a song called Roses for Mama. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
You stopped in a little place called Chapel Hill, Tennessee, and told them, well, I'll just take those flowers myself. Country Bumpkin, where'd you come from? All that. As we go back, we lost one of the great, Cal Smith. And one of his most famous songs, The Lord Knows I'm Drinking. If you're nice, I'll put in a good word for you later tonight. You self-righteous hussy. Boy, that was such a song. You don't got a clue what I'm talking about, do you?
No, I don't.
And so many of people, this guy goes to a bar and he's sitting there and this little old lady shows up from the church and she starts giving him the whatnot for drinking out in public. And he goes, yes, she's with me. No, I ain't telling you who she is. He tells her she's a hypocrite, and he says, if you act better, I'll put in a good word for you later tonight when I talk to Jesus. The Lord knows I'm drinking, and you don't need your loudmouth informing the town. So, Cal Smith, I mean, he really had a way with words, and that was one of the best there. Scotty Ray and Odie, we want smiles on each of you. Y'all,
Yes.
yeah, come on, that's what we're here for every day. We'll be right back. Have you heard? Broadmoor Wine and Spirits is under new management. Now, they're conveniently located at 4900 Poplar Springs Drive, open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 9 for your convenience. They have such a large selection of wine and spirits. That's mixed drinks, boxed wines, brands that you're familiar with. Our shelves are stocked. Come by and let us earn your business. That's Broadmoor Wine and Spirits, conveniently located at 4900 Poplar Springs Drive, under new management. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 9.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Are you ready for summer? Massey has a 2021 Jeep Wrangler that's waiting on you with only 61,000 miles. How about a Rogue with 57,000 miles? A 23 Camry with only 50 miles on it. Or maybe it's a Toyota Tacoma four-wheel drive that you're needing. From Silverados to F-250s, Massey Supermart Auto Sales, 1023 Highway 39 North. Welcome back. As we talk about folks that are good in our community and help you out, let's talk about this bunch here, because they're above and beyond as we go to Snowden and Company. And a big thank you for them as they got nominated as one of the 3 top agencies here in Meridian.
Well, I mean, the reason they did is because of what they do for their clients. And, and it is sit down with you and find out what you want and where you want to be, and let them do the work, the paperwork, all of the running around and the footwork that goes along with it to get you your dream home, or help you get yours ready to put on the market and sell and get the best price for it.
Anybody ever heard of a little place called Enterprise? How about 62 acres that's available there right now? Boy, wouldn't that be good?
Man, that would be nice.
So if you're looking for some land there in Clark County, look at this. And the list just goes on. Here's some inside the city. Boy, look at the fall colors there.
You know, that is pretty, whether you need to rake your yard or not.
It is.
Right there. I wouldn't have raked it either. I'd have left it just like that. That's beautiful.
You can talk to Elizabeth. She'll help you out with that home there. And it's just more land here up by the northeast Lauderdale. They got that. Yeah. So much more. Talk to them at Snowden & Company. As you'll see here, get in touch with them at 453-3937. Your next home, the next time you say, whatever the case is when it deals with land or home, good, honest folks there. They'll help you any way they can.
That's right.
Let's see. As we get this day rolling, we had a small fender bender there on Highway 39 yesterday at, let's see here. This was Kemper County is where that happened here. Kemper County, a little fender bender there. Nothing bad. Let's see what else went on yesterday as we look at this. They put out they're called Amber Alerts, aren't they?
Amber Alerts. Well, it depends. Amber Alerts for a child, and then Silver Alerts for adults.
Choctaw County man from Mississippi that was missing was found deceased not far from his home. So that has been canceled. We certainly hate that. 20 years old. We don't know. There's probably more to it than we know. There's a name that you're going to go, who? Kind of like we mentioned the guy that dropped out of the election for president.
Yeah. Now, is he the one that went and tried to run independent now?
In which race?
In the presidential race.
No, he was a Republican candidate. He was just so far down the list nobody knew him. You're thinking about
he's switching over
to JFK.
Now. Yeah, that's
he's
him.
Kin to JFK. He's going to run independently and probably hurt the Democrats more than anybody by doing so.
Yeah, do it.
As we go back to Mississippi and the governor's race, if you'll remember at the Neshoba County Fair, there was a lady there that was running for governor. I said, who are you? I'd never heard of her.
I didn't know anybody else was running.
Yeah, well, nobody else did either, so she finally said, well, I'm quitting. But for the four folks that are with me there, Miss Gray is endorsing. She's going to go with Brandon Presley.
So he'll get 3 more votes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how many support her she had, but it just never gained a lot of attraction, and so she's throwing her weight that way. I don't think that's going to hurt Tate in any way.
I don't either. Because, I mean, like, I've kept up with a lot of it, but I never heard her name. No.
She was there at the Neshoba County Fair. I saw her. I just didn't know much about her. And like most folks, they didn't. As you brought up, it's going to be Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Officially announcing that he's going to run as an independent for president of the United States. Now, I truly, and y'all correct me wrong, all the folks that watch politics, as people play mind tricks on you in the media, as they immediately shot out a thing and said, well, this will hurt Trump more than it hurts anybody. I don't think so, because he is a Democrat. And I just don't think that that's going to affect that race at all.
I don't, not on that side. And that, a lot of people aren't good for Tater Tot. And he's got his bad views. I understand that. Brandon Presley, if you want free money for free health care for free everybody, don't work, don't do anything, we've got you, we'll take care of you. It's not your responsibility. It's not your parents' responsibility. Somehow or another, we brought you into the world. We're responsible for you. If that's the way it goes, then y'all need to get somebody in here that's going to give away all your money. That, to me, is what makes Tater Tot just a little bit better person. He doesn't want to give everything away. I'm just a firm believer it takes 2 consenting adults in 90% of the deal. 2 consenting adults to make a child. So if you make a child, you're responsible for that child, not me.
Oh, I think most not Mississippians will agree with that.
And if you get
you've taken care of your children.
Yeah. And my grandchildren, everything else, I mean, I'm there. Pawpaw's supposed to do what Pawpaw, I'm a spoiler now. Mom and Daddy takes care of them. Pawpaw spoils them.
But and go back to when you first got. I remember when I got married. When you get married, everything changes. It's not about you anymore. It's about a family. You put aside, and especially when you have children, if you want something, that's just too bad. The child comes first. and you take care of your children and whatever it is that you want. As you go back to Merle Haggard, Mama's Hungry Eyes, Mama wanted a lot, but she didn't get it. She gave everything she had to her children. Yeah. And that's what being a parent is. You give if it's the last piece of chicken, you give it to your children.
Because we can overcome, but a child needs that nourishment.
Yeah.
And then one day you look back and say, I suffered, but I raised my kids, and they've got a good job, and they've got a family now. Now you can sit back and spoil yourself, but we're teaching our kids, don't worry about nothing. The government's got you.
You don't do that.
And that's our problem. Oh, my goodness, I could go on. This is something that could take an hour.
But, that all falls under this. It's time Americans take responsibility for what you do. If you pick up a pill bottle and it has all these restrictions on the back, somebody sued them. It's not their fault you spilled the coffee on yourself or you walked out and in front of a car. Take responsibility. Yeah. That's what's America, the land of the free, is all about. We're getting way away from it.
Why does Tide cost so much? Because some blooming idiot didn't teach their kid that was soap and not candy.
Yeah, you don't.
And they went over there and put it in the mouth. And Mom and Daddy says, well, instead of teaching them a lesson, we'll just sue Tide because they made it colorful. No, you as a mom and daddy need to put it up on the shelf where they can.
And, that goes into even more why our court systems are so tied up, and it takes 5-10 years for somebody to even get there. So there you go. Scotty Ray and Odie, we got lots more. We're going to be back with more headlines this morning. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
As we talk about today, the chance of rain moving in today is kind of like at the Vegas odds.
Oh, yeah.
Here you are. Lauderdale County Farm Supply, they got extra folks standing on the dock this morning to load up that seed, feed, and all that, and fertilizer, because it's happening now. If you need ryegrass, that's the place to go to.
Because today is going to be, like you said, this is a guaranteed jackpot.
Yeah.
Go get all your stuff, get it in the ground, let the rain soak it in, and then come back and look at these feeders.
Yeah.
Man, automatic feeders.
Takes care of it there, no matter the size you need. If you need something small, or if you need them bigger, they've got all of that for you. They can have it automatic. You can do up to 6 times a day if you need a deer camera. And then when you get into the attractants, boy, they got a bunch of that. Look at this, Odie. This is down the shelves and rows there. Just drop in and let me hit that where everybody can read that, where it says hunting. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Says you'll see cameras and a whole lot more. The deer attractant set that you put in the ground. They like all this. And not to mention corn by the ton.
And get your corn and your salt blocks and bills the antlers and all. Man, I tell you, you've got everything you need right there. Not just for your deer, but for your horses, your cows, your rabbits, your chickens. You name it, they've got it. Lauderdale County Farm Supply.
Visit with them today. You'll be glad that you did. As we get near the top of the hour, as always, we try to keep you up to date with the very latest that's going on in the community. We track it 24/7 of what's going on to make sure that you're in charge of it. Let's see what else is happening nationwide.
Miss Barbara said something up there earlier. She said, Odie, what was that cow joke? And I tell you, I wish I could take credit for it. It wasn't my cow joke, but I did like it, as corny as it was.
What was it? What cow joke?
And it was, why are cows so popular? Because they're outstanding in their field.
I remember you saying.
I will be here tomorrow.
Now, are you a Swiftie?
No, but I like Kansas City, and it's not because of him. It's because of Mahomes. I like Mahomes, but Taylor Swift, like,
She's making jerseys sell. She's making tickets sell, and people got kind of upset because she didn't show up to that last game, and somebody got hurt, and they said it's her fault because she didn't come.
Well, no, she was at the last one. She even flew on the airplane.
There was one. She's missed one game.
Okay.
I forget which one it was. But
Kelsey, he doesn't know he's just a joke. You're good at catching a football, but she fixing to sell a lot of records making fun of you.
It's coming.
I don't know what it is.
I was glancing and hoping I don't mean to talk about people, but
he is ugly.
Well, that wasn't where I was going with that. But apparently, I don't dress like him. Apparently, his fashion sense and mine are two different worlds apart. Have you seen what that boy wears? I don't know where you can even buy stuff like that. And I was hoping to find a picture of it, but I don't see it handy. I was going to.
It's kind of scarce. So.
Well, it's not something you'd see on the streets of Meridian, Mississippi, or Jackson, Mississippi, or Biloxi. Even if you're watching from Tupelo, you're not going to see that on the street.
Is it a jacket because it's 48 degrees?
In Kansas
City. And that's not because I like Kansas City. The reason that's on there.
Look, if you're in California this morning, you cannot get Skittles. It's over. Did you hear about this?
No.
They have banned Skittles in California because they're convinced that it causes cancer.
What they going to do when the sun comes out?
I don't know.
I wish somebody would ban the purple box of chewable everlasting gobstoppers.
The what?
The everlasting gobstopper.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's a candy. Oh,
is it good?
It's good. And you can't get none. So I wish everybody out there would ban that so it would make it down here. Because I love just a little... The purple box.
And my problem is if you ask Justin Watt, who often works on my vehicles, he always goes to the center console because he knows in there is going to be the orange slices hid down in there in the back. He goes, you got any more of that candy down in your truck?
Say, it's in there somewhere.
I am hooked on those. I don't know why, but I've never heard of that, Odie.
Oh, yeah. They've got the gobstopper, everlasting gobstopper, which is a hard
have
candy.
You got a picture of this? Will you bring one tomorrow so we can see it? Or you can't get it? Gob. Stop. You ain't going to get that for Halloween then, are you?
No. And see, you know, Gobstopper came when during Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It was on that movie. And then they came out with the Gobstopper. And then they made it where it was chewable. Oh, I like it. See, Jerome knew it was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Never heard of this stuff.
So if y'all see one in the purple box, let me know. I'll pay you back.
I'll do that for Odie. I'll try to find a picture of this for y'all tomorrow.
Yeah.
We want to say thank y'all for dropping by and spend a little time with us today. Maybe you learned something.
Golly.
I learned a thing or two from each of y'all.
Yeah, it's that time again. Man, we wouldn't want to do this without you because we enjoy doing it. We enjoy y'all being with us every day. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do we. Have a great
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.